Okay. We should be good to go. Good to go. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. I am your host, the Desert Fox, and we are back live on Twitch with some Railroader. It's been a minute since we've had a Railroader stream. If my knowledge serves me correctly, it's been since like November. I took the holidays off. Bada bing, bada boom. We're live, we're streaming, we're here. Just letting it load up, and then we will switch our screens, and then we will get rolling. All right. Just get rid of that. Well, let's get this going. All right. Let's get the full box here going. Get the map up. All right. So there's been a couple of changes since the last time we played Railroader. First and foremost, you will see around the map certain locations have more buildings than they did previously. This is not by accident. This is by intentional design. Sounds like the Railroader team has hired a person to start doing their designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be enough. There you go. Now you get over here. I'm going to show you some of these. I'm going to showcase some of them right now as soon as I get around to it. But the first thing I want to show you is what's happening right here. What's happening right here is train D202 West. It's a passenger train. And this is the timetable. Timetables have been added to the game. They are a crazy little thing here. Really make running stuff in game a lot more interesting, I'd say. The hell are you doing, sir? Oh god. Okay. I need to move that. That was a misclick, I guess. Oops. Alright, so, what do I do? Alright, so yeah. Oh, yeah, last time we were together, we had to save a train. Well, so here's what happened. I saved that train. And then a couple of days have passed since that had happened. And we've been hauling stuff. Kind of implemented the timetables into the network. Still no track mods. But we are at the point where, you know, could be, I do have a save of this with track mods, and then this just has engine mods, but I'm not running them. They're kind of tucked away, kind of hidden for right now, or in a unusable situation. Fuck, what was I doing? 13. Check that. So, what do we got going on the line? We got the triple header diesel heading back to Andrews with one of the new locations, freight. 9002 is about to be pulling into a Larka. 10,001 is sitting up here at Robinson Gap Coal. GLR 10's just sitting here chilling. GLR 11 actually has something to do. There you go, game. Load in just fine. Let's go take a look here. I also ordered a secondary interchange. I don't know if it's hit yet. It has. What is that giving us? 3 more pink. Some more pink. Couple greens, couple reds. Nothing crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary or Alright, that's okay. So, first thing, since we're here at the west end of the line, this, so the old mainline track that used to be running on the other side of the river is now gone, and it's been replaced with a Silva building supply. First thing that's been put in here, with this track that also extends this way to the other piece that's been built, or implemented, which was highly requested, is the Silva Y. So now there is a Y, and here it is big enough on this end of the track to do some pretty big turnarounds. So if you have to do a like full passenger turnaround or anything like that, you can. What else? I think they added a couple of buildings over in Dillsboro. Kind of, you know, tidy. Oh, they added this. So now you can actually get onto this track from here. So, you know, a couple small touches here and there and everywhere, but those aren't track mods. Those are now in game. So we get a new business over here. We get the Y. So I think if you are running the Y mod, I think that makes it kind of a redundant. I think it becomes a redundancy now. So I don't think you need to have that running anymore because you have a Y now. Okay, you're going a weird fucking direction, but whatever. I don't make the rules, I just fucking look at the trains. But yeah. Got a couple, oh yeah, we have a couple of houses here in Whittier. Boom and boom. Alarka, which, now that Alarka, ooh, okay, fall through the map every 4 seconds. Oh. Yeah, I guess we can start work over here. That's fine by me. So that's a 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2s, 1s, 2s. So, alright. So, I think over here at the mine, and I'm going to take you up here in a second, kind of show you what they've changed, is here at the top of the mine, if we follow the track, a couple of things have happened. Oh, don't want to ruin it. Alright, so first things first. This track used to be on this side. It is now over here. It now has a building. Yay. The new thing over here, though, with the mines is I think they extended this track just a little bit, changed this, like, length of all this little setup, and they put this nice iron mine building in here. It's pretty cool. I think the dead end track is still the same length. It might be a little bit longer. Like a skosh. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. And then at the other mine, they've kind of cleared this out just a little bit more. See, they've cleared that back, kind of put in a building here, and a mine office type building, and you got, you know, another nice looking mine building. These tracks, I think, are the same length as they were before. I could be wrong. They could be a little bit longer. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Get these put away. timetable is, I think, behind schedule just a little bit. 8:25. Yeah, it was supposed to be an LO like 4 minutes ago. Gets a reset there in Bryson, but whatever. So yeah, it's not perfect, you know. Timetables, they aren't completely ironed out in perfect where your incompetency and your friend's incompetency or just lack of paying attention can catch you off guard. I have caught myself lacking one too many times already with the timetables. And luckily, they don't cause the timetables to just the trains to smash into each other on meets. They will slow down and they will slowly couple to each other very gently. So that is always something to keep in mind. Nantahala got a couple of buildings. I will take you over there here in a minute once I get my next order set in. Let's go to 22. And here we are at Nantahala. So over here at Nantahala, if you follow the track back here to the industry area, you'll come across a couple of buildings. A power plant building for Nantahala Power and Light, which if this is one of the buildings for this power plant, and it's this far back from the actual track itself, I have a feeling that they're going to either add more tracks back here, or this is going to be a massive, like, complex. And then over here at the Union Lumber Company, we have finally got a nice building. You know, a nice little warehouse. I like the detail they put into it. You know, it's, you know, when you deliver to these places now, it doesn't feel like you're delivering to, like, naked territory. You know, you're delivering it to a location. Feels a bit more logical and sensical. I guess the last big one I'll show off that they've done up to 2020. What is it? What version are we on? Let me take a look. 2024 6.7. 2024 6.7 also introduced this right out here, outside of Andrews on the east side. It is a giant grain complex, grain and and that does, for the contract that was available to me, it produced, I think, 8 cars, something like that. And I think I only bought it at level 2 to start. So the second I can get it to level 5, I'll get it to level 5, and I'll report back what those numbers are for you. But, I mean, we're just kind of sitting here by the wayside. Okay, we can, I guess, unfree all these cars. And you can go and stick them on the back here. But yes, this Y is very nice now. I think adding this stuff in right here, like the little interchange here, adding the Y, it gives Silva paperboards so much more room to work with, a little bit more playability, I think. The biggest change, I would say, though, is that timetables thing. Because if you got a crew, you know, I can manage it, you know. I've figured out how to manage the timetables by myself. Thank you to Mr. L and JJ for helping me dial those in. But, you know, genuinely, if you have a larger crew for your game, your save, you can really expand upon the passenger playability. Because right now, if I had a big crew, I'd have 2 people driving each train. And then I actually have a third set of trains that I need to run. That's just a local. You know, you have the timetables you gotta meet. Stations you are or not going to. Alright. 6, 7. That'll leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the other cut brings us, I think, another 3. That makes another 7 cut. Perfect. We have one more car for Stenzel. Wait, were all those? Shit. Alright, I guess we can head down here. Yeah, what do we got? Oh yeah, that'll help out. Brought us another 12 cars. Alright, can't complain about that. Thank you. Yeah, you need to get those cars out of here. Move. Go. Disappear. That train seems to be on time. This train will be pulling into Silva or Bryson, and it has. I have about 10 minutes to hold. It's got plenty of fuel. God darn it. You already know. Same bad time, same bad chance. Shenanigans never end. Yeah, the new place is called Tatham Grain and Seed Co. Oh, that's far enough away, it won't bother nobody. Alright. Yeah, and then we can take that train apart, rebuild it, put it back together the way we need to, blah, 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 bada bing, bada boom. You guys know. Right. Oh. Alrighty. Why aren't you leaving? 45, 40. All right. All right. I guess we'll fix this and we'll get moving. See? Nice quiet stream for everybody. Get myself back into the swing of things. Missed y'all. 2, 4, 6. There we go. We'll add these to this. Should be good enough. And maybe, if no one's around to join us, maybe I'll run one of our modded locos. You know, see what we can do with one of them puppy dogs. Oh, Jesus, keep falling through the world. Oh, we're gonna get some jobs done. That way we can start bouncing to different places a bit more accurately to how I like to do it. Just gotta make sure our trains are running. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Okay. Also, cheers. Cheers to everybody out there. Indulge in a little cheersing tonight. From the old Benjamin. Yes, so tonight we're running, it looks like we're going to be running solo, which is fine. I didn't really give no notice to anybody that I was even going to stream or even host a session. So I'm fine with running solo tonight, and I guess the goal would be with this year is to watch the game develop and start doing more sessions again and get the gang back together. On top of that, want to maybe start streaming a little bit more of the broader stuff. Marvel Rivals is something I've got multiple groups of friends that can play it with me, so that's maybe something I can put together. Okay, I guess that will have to do. Okay, GLR 20, I need you to push a boxcar up the hill. You need to get up to here. Thank you, sir. Your passenger numbers are insane now. Like the number of passengers you physically haul, by the way. It's pretty intense now. Also, I just need to point out, it is episode 69. Nice. But yes, yes, gonna get the series started rolling again. Like I said, get the gang back together, get the gang running with the, and expand upon it, you know. It'd be cool to have, I still have a goal to get at least 10 people working in a session together. We've gotten close, gotten to 8. 7 or 8. So .703 arrived at Hemingway. Yeah, you should be the big westbound passenger. Not really worried about you right now. Primarily worried about getting these mine cars put away. Also, we just hit north of $250,000. First time ever hitting that without taking loans, so that is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Dating back to like episode 2 or some shit like that. No. Drop off, and then we'll turn around and head back up the other mine with this cut of what? Is it like 7? 6 or 7? Backwards up the hill, that's the roof of a building. Alright. got these two Stenzel cars and a Ella Farm Supply car. Left with 2 Whittier Sawmill cars. 3 Whittier Sawmill cars plus the 3 that are on the way. Oh, you're at Alarka. This actually looks really cool. I'm sorry. I was sitting here quietly. I wanted to experience what this was like, kind of coming up to it for the first time. Oh, wrong button. There's the console. For anyone that was absolutely needing to see it. Perfect. And nobody saw a thing.
No one saw anything at all.
No one saw a thing.
No one saw you do that at Alaka.
No one saw anything. This is just Jedi mind tricks.
Implanting false memories. I saw nothing at all.
That was not the car that you witnessed being kicked. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Store.
Same, but probably not for the same reasons.
I have a pinched nerve in my that is pinching more pinchingly than it usually pinches.
Well, that's no good. That is no bueno at all.
Of all the fun things there are, that is not one of them.
Have you seen any of the new update?
I have not. That was my first time seeing new buildings at Alaka Copper. That was nice. Those were very nice.
Yeah, these are... Alarka Copper looks so, like, just adding that building and flipping this track over to this side at the one mine, like, really...
Oh, yeah. It is too.
Yeah. It really, like... I know there's subtle changes, but I mean, the building's not over back there for the mine building, but, like, overall, I think it really changes, like, the complexion of the area. I don't know. It just feels a bit more...
It's more tan than it was?
Yes. More tan
It
than...
changes the complexion.
Yeah, of what I am seeing.
It was just an interesting turn of phrase there. I just caught off guard by you saying mentioning the complexion.
Ah.
Did you perhaps mean complexity?
No, I think I was looking at it. I think I was trying to, like, get at, like, scenically it looks like, the whole complexion of, like, the picture has changed with the addition of that building.
Fucking rainbow train there.
Yeah, I know. I ordered an additional service, and then I picked up my cars that were sitting over there from earlier. But yes, they they added a Y, a big ass Y in silver.
Yeah, I read about it.
So.
Any chance you can quickly do a flyby of that?
Yeah, I can. Of course I can. Don't. That's cursed. Don't look at that. But yes, this is now the big Y.
Okay.
So you come off of the main, that's still the main. You follow it through, and then you can go that way.
How long is that headland, the head track, at the end of the...
It's big. I was able to do
Whoa, that's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it can handle at least 24 pulpwood cars in a steam engine.
I was thinking more of the passenger trains.
Oh, it could probably...
That? Where's that going?
So they got rid of that main line that ran across the river, and they replaced it with Silva Building Supply. It's a new industry.
Oh, there's an industry there.
Yeah. No building, but we have an industry.
Well, what does the other side of the interchange look like? If they've taken away the main line?
I think they just took away that point, like that set of points back here. Because if I remember correctly, it crosses over like somewhere right here, and there used to be a set of points, like right here.
Oh, well, I guess that's a little disappointing, but
Yeah, maybe in the future though, because like they also started graying out that section of track right there, the very edge of the track. So I'm wondering if like
It would have been really, really nice for 1.0 or even a future update that they had that main line there and they had AI trains
oh
that occasionally ran along there. So if you were at the interchange, you would occasionally see mainline traffic that you had no control on or able to affect. Just a visual thing of another company chugging away on their own.
it would be interesting though if it hauled the cars. So say it was day 2, if that train that haul like the visual train, it hauled the cars you sent outbound on day 1.
Yeah, all you would need, and you can do this in some other game, is two portals. A location off screen where trains can spawn and despawn. Going into a tunnel, for example, uh, a tunnel up one end of the track and a tunnel there, and you just have the occasional train every now and then. And it would also mean if you had that, you could have your interchange freight literally spawn in those, and they could come in and park at the interchange.
That would be really interesting. Because I know that ooh, dude, you might be on to something. And I know they took it out, and I've read in the Discord that it is only a temporary takeout. So I wonder if it'd be cool to see something like that. Like just even if it was just visual and it had no impact on your gameplay whatsoever under any circumstances, like that would be completely cool and fine with me. But if you could, if they could make it where it was, part of the game loop, that'd be pretty cool, pretty interesting to see.
Purple and blue. Closer to. No, colors don't match up. I was when I saw the rainbow train sitting at Dillsborough Yard there. I thought, I wonder if you could have a train just in the biflag.
I mean, we could build one.
But
I don't give a shit.
no, we can't. The colours aren't available.
Interesting.
It would be too much of a. We don't have enough colours that are close enough to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
The hex codes get a little wonky too.
oh no, I was thinking of the destinations.
Oh.
Not on locomotives or anything like that, or
Rolling stock.
any of the cars. Any of the rolling stock. I was thinking of the destination markers.
Ah. So
There's not enough of the colours that are close enough aren't close enough.
right. I'm also, once the yard clears out a little bit more, Bryson, I'm doing a little bit more reorganizing because I have 2 of the 3 Ys completely clear for use, and then I need to move our coal cars and hopper cars to a siding.
Think of a better place to store those. I was thinking of where we've got the breakdown train if we want to keep that because we've never used it.
Yeah, I was actually going to use that engine to move those cars over here. Yeah. I got to flip it around
we
and
can.
stuff.
I mean, we can repurpose the breakdown locomotive, but I was thinking the wagons for them. We don't. We kept them for rock and have yet to use them a single time.
I know we haven't. I think once we, I think because I think we used them as a deterrent more than anything else. Because like that was when we implemented the if you break down, you can't move. Just stand there and stare at it.
Yeah.
And I think that worked in the sense of like, well,
Oh my God, just got
they
me
stopped doing it. So I mean, yeah, I'm up to repurposing it and whatever we got to do, and you know, I will say
All right.
the updates have like, especially if you're running, and this just goes for anyone, not specifically to my save. I'm not running track mods, but if you're running tier 5 everything, and you are a little out of hand or a little under experienced with timetables or any of that stuff with the new waypoints or any of the last 3 big updates,
There's something.
you will notice that your railroad at times will be very packed and very clustered. Because about 2 hours ago when I was setting this up, I was looking at Bryson and I'm like, son of a bitch, I need Bryson track mods. Was the first time I was like, okay, it's time for track mods, like, because I physically can't hold them. And then I sat there, I took a deep breath, and then I realized I didn't need them. I'm also still not very, saying the mods suck. I'm just, don't panic. Take a deep breath, folks. Everything will work out fine. Also, I think the developer, sidebar, has changed the way the crossings look over the tracks.
Yes. And they've added the ability for some of the... There are a few of the... Oh, God, that looks so much better. There are a few of the level crossings on the map which are on some curved track, and they have redone those as well. So it's not just they're not using straight bits of lumber in between curved roads, which was a problem. I would like to see the... So you've got... Oh, you've just switched away from it.
I'll go back.
Those grade crossings at the
There we go.
Connolly Creek spur, just next to Whittier, where the camera is facing, just down there. You've got those 2 grade crossings, and there's also that one right there next to you into. I have forgotten everything. Oh, they have redone them. Yes, finally.
What's up?
Because those ones there didn't have anything. It was just the track clipping through the
Yeah,
road.
you're right. Yeah,
and
no.
you could see, and because it wasn't level, the road was at one elevation, the track was on an incline. The sleepers were clipping through, and it looked very temporary.
Yes, this looks so much
for quite
better.
A long time.
Like these little tiny things, really, like. I know the previous update before this last big one, they were talking about X, Y, and Z with this, but they were really trying to dial in the timetables, and they only added that building, I think that building, and the building in Dillsboro, and changed Dillsboro Station. So the fact that we're one more update in and we've got Alarka, the big places at Alarka getting buildings, and we're at Nantahala getting what I believe the Nantahala building might be one of the biggest ones on the map when they finally finish putting it in, just because of the proximity and the distance from the track that first building is. Like, it's a power plant, so I'm assuming this is supposed to be a big ass complex. Here, I'll just show you what I'm like, because where I live, the power plant that we have, it's a massive power plant, and the yard kind of runs underneath it, like to the right of it, like skirts around it. But for the
let's have a
most part,
your place or and light. Nantahala Power and Light.
Yep. And we get this building way back here, which just kind of looks like a transformer building.
Company
Transitional era building.
Duke Energy.
But see, the distance from here to the track, I mean, that's far enough to add more tracks or make more buildings, because obviously you're going to have your transformer area.
Oh, yeah. It's just a placeholder at the moment.
I think
Duke
this
Energy,
area will
Charlotte,
look
North
really
Carolina, you know, 58,200 watts of base. In 1988, Nantahala Power and Light Co., which serves southwestern North Carolina. Fucking southwest or north? Make up your minds, people.
Southwestern North Carolina. Oh, wow, that is a mouthful.
We just need an east in there somewhere just to make it.
Just to make it toxic. It's going to say, like, East Asheville or something like that.
Send you. Well, yeah, southwestern North Carolina, East Central.
What?
In 1988, Nantahala Power and Light Co., which served southwestern North Carolina East Central, was purchased by Duke, so that is Duke Energy, and is now operated under the Duke Power Nantahala era. Try again, but in English this time. Which was purchased by Duke and is now operated under the Duke Power Nantahala area brand. In 1990, Duke sold its remaining transit operations. Duke Power merged with Pan Energy, a natural gas company, in 1997 to form Duke Energy. One, Nantahala, and it says Nantahala again. 10 clustered locations at Nantahala in mountainous southwestern Carolina East Central, producing a cumulative 99 megawatts, which you get on farm sim.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can get that relatively.
You get that at the BGA in a farm sim. So, considering the rest are even smaller.
Yeah. I mean, I would still take into consideration, though, that power plant would probably power this entire route.
It's right. Is Nantahala Power and Light next to a river?
A river?
It goes over a river. Yes. What's the how?
Yeah, here, I'll go back to Nantahala for you. So, yeah, back here.
Sorry. It is right next. Okay.
So the river's off to the right, and I think what they did is
and there is.
I think there's some. Yeah, there's a little creek.
Area?
Yeah, to this to the east.
Okay. 10 clustered locations at Nantahala in mountains. It's hydroelectric, conventional hydroelectric.
So it's there's a dam somewhere.
Expect a dam, yeah. A dam.
Damn. And
View
those
of
are
Nantahala Lake, North Carolina. There's a Nantahala Lake. In Macon County, North Carolina.
interesting. So if they did go like the true, like, it looks like they are trying to do like some sort of representation of some of the historical stuff there. I could see them adding
a lot of it.
Because I know dams still need like hydroelectric. I still think needs coal of some sort. I think it's like semi-coal dependent still.
What's Adam's company's name?
So I can see them adding like a coal track. I can see them adding lake.
I'm trying to remember who. What's the name of the. Roadmap. I can't find it because I'm an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
Giraffe Labs. Fuck me. How was that difficult to... I wanted to address the name of the company by their name, and I forgot the name of the company. The Railroader is the name of the game, not the people who are making it.
Giraffe Lab.
Thank you. That's the name I just screened in. So yes, Giraffe Labs are keeping as much as they can within reason to the prototype of the actual railroad it's based on. But a phrase which I don't know exactly who coined it, but is used within Cloud Imperium for the Star Citizen is rule of cool. So everything is as authentic, realistic as possible. However, if realism isn't fun, they have to make it fun.
Right.
A turn of phrase that they use is take it to the point of realism and then bring it back to the point of fun. So places like Nantahala, Silver, and Andrews, and all those are real places. They are the alignment of the track is roughly that of what we see in the game. It's not a exact one-to-one representation. There are some businesses which do exist and some businesses which don't exist, but are placed in there just so we have destinations. What's the point of having certain types of businesses if there's no way of having the freight going to or from? The rough locations of the interchanges are roughly where they were. The rough locations of places like Silver Paperboard, that's a real place. And some of the buildings are visually what you see in game. You're at Silver Paper. No, you're not. You're not Silver Paper.
I'm at
You're the other
Andrews.
one. Andrews. Andrews Paper. Snowbird Paper.
Yeah. See, but take those cars, these 3 cars out, and I mean, it's a decent chunk of cars now. We get a sighting of more of these things.
Yeah, so from what I can tell, Snowbird Paper. Oh, hang on. Andrews, North Carolina, our history. Snowbird. Okay, so Andrews, North Carolina has their own website. If you just go onto the history page and just search for the word Snowbird, it does mention Snowbird twice. Though it is not in reference to a business, but in fact a location. In 1905, Mr. Barker, J.Q. Barker of Charleston, West Virginia. In 1905, Mr. Barker constructed a narrow gauge railroad, the Snowbird Valley Railroad, from Andrews to the Snowbird Valley. I don't think that's going to be particular. What did they do? Snowbird Valley Railroad. That's something cool. Snowbird Valley Railroad, 1916, sold for scrap. Oh, okay, so it lasted 8 years. Constructed by a Canwa Hardwood Company, this line was built to tap the timber reserves. What an interesting way of phrasing that. Tap the timber reserve.
That
3
that
foot
is a
narrow gauge.
that is a very interesting way of phrasing that.
The line failed in 1916, and the track was removed and sold to France. Rails were used in the war effort against Germany.
Ah.
Time. Towns en route. Andrews. Snowbird Creek, not a town. Towns en route. 15.5 miles. Well, there you go.
The more you know.
Well, the line was 15.5 miles, but they owned 13.5 miles. So that's interesting. Who owned the other 2 miles? Huh. Well, there you go. So Snowbird doesn't appear to have, well, like that business there doesn't appear to be a business, but yeah, so the point of what I was trying to get into took me fucking forever to get there was that some, but not all of the companies represented in game are real companies that do engage in that business. Whether they would have got the freight that we're delivering to them is another matter. Whether they ever had any freight by rail is another matter.
All right. GLR 20. You can go park up for a little bit. There's actually no more work for you to do right now.
I'd love to try something. I don't know if it would work, and it might take a bit of setting up to do.
What's up?
Just having a look at the engine roster there. Rather than having everything in various locations to do, like you've got your Alaka sub, you've got your this, you've got your that. I had an idea. It's a half-form idea. I don't know whether it would work in practice or even in theory. All half of the locomotives. Oh, so with the exception of the whatever we have on permanent passenger runs, half of the location. I want to come back when I can speak English. Half of the locomotives at Andrews and half of the locomotives at Silver, roughly thereabouts. The idea is to get approximately the same amount of tractive effort in each of the locations and run every time there's an interchange, run a locomotive with one destination behind it. There is plenty of locomotives where you can have, you can have lots of smaller trains that are all going to the same place.
Okay.
Rather than having big unit trains.
All right, we can give that a crack. Would that be something where we'd have to go to CTC?
Not necessarily SRS. It might help, particularly as we'd have, because right now we've got only a couple of trains running on the entire network at any one time. So what I'm thinking is, at the beginning of the day, you sort out all the interchange freight, whether you want to do it at the interchange or you want to take it to the nearest yard or a combination of both. And you would then get whatever locomotive would be required to be able to take it the journey, and you'd have that locomotive take you'd have that locomotive take that consignment there and pick up whatever is due to come back.
I like that. A bit, instead of big block unit trains, American style, we break it down a little bit. Location, you know. If locations,
so everything.
if
I'm
certain,
trying to think.
like a Robinson Gap unit train, like
Yeah, so everything in that consist is going to one location. You don't have multiple locations in one train. You would have multiple trains.
oh, all right. So like,
You would have
would
to you
would
would have
like
to
a
make
Larka
a couple of.
would like so like for example like a Larka, because you have the 2 mines and then you have the 3 other businesses. So would all the Alarka cars still go together, or would those be the mine cars go together as one big cut, and then the other businesses go as a
The
separate
mines
train?
would go as one big cut. You would have, like, if there's only one going to one place and there's one going to another place that's nearby, you'd combine them. Was it Nendahala Talc or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can fuck all the way.
Oh, thank you. With JJ flying off the top rope, delivering a hellacious slam upon that random bot
So I'm
message.
going to get the map out because I'm blanking on everything.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Take your time.
So yeah, you'd have Nantahala Power and Light and Union Lumber in one train, because you're not going to get enough for Union Lumber to warrant having a train for that and one for Nantahala Power and Light.
Yeah.
And probably you might even have Nantahala Talc and Limestone in there as well, because that's only going to get 1 or 2 cars. But Robinson Gap would be its own train. Appalachian Hardwoods, and if there is anything for Standard Oil, that can get chucked onto Appalachian Hardwoods. Bryson Coal and Lumber and Bryson Freight would probably be one as well. The stuff for Ella would just go in together, and the stuff for Whittier would go in together, Holyfield Heating and Stenzel. Because you're not going to get enough for the 2 of them to warrant having 2 trains. Alarka Copper would be one, and the stuff for the rest of Alarka would be another. So Alarka Fuel, L. Smith Machining, MG Chemical would be its own. Alarka Copper would be another, and Robinson Gap would be a separate one again.
That makes sense. I'm on board with that.
So
Well,
yeah, I'm thinking, because of the amount of traffic you do, we'd run more frequent, smaller trains. Why the fuck am I getting this?
I like that. Especially, say we had, I know like we can do it with just you and I. That would be a really good idea, I think, if say we had the 3, you and I, Gizmo, Mr. L, like we had a team, like a squad, like because the more people you have, you know what I mean?
Would definitely. Yeah.
'Cause
A
then,
single person could still do it because you just go to the interchange, unbury whoever the furthest customer is from that interchange, send it on away, send it on its way. You probably would need to run CTC simply because you've got the two interchanges going at the same time. Unless I don't think you can turn off one of the interchanges, like you don't use Andrew.
yeah, you
If
can.
everything was coming in, oh yeah. So if you're by yourself, you can just turn off one of the interchanges, so everything's going through one. Would make it easier.
Yeah. You know what? We could give it a go. Because I was gonna stream tomorrow night too. So, like, I can set it up tomorrow during the day for a little test tomorrow. How's it?
What I'd like you to do, if you are up for it, at the end of the session today, when you finished your session, send all the locomotives to one of the two, not specifically the interchanges, but the town around. So half the shit goes to Dillsborough Yard, half of it goes to. You can put it all in the Snowbird Paper Yard.
Okay. So
And that's all the
basically,
setup we'd need.
that works for me.
Actually, do I have... Don't know how accurate it is. Ooh. You have more than 20 locomotives at the...
Yeah. So,
My
here, I'll highlight
list
the
is
ones
outdated.
that don't technically count towards the real list because not everyone's gonna have them, unless you want me just to leave it alone.
Oh, some of them are modded.
Yeah, this one. Oh, not that one. No, I'm doing this. Anything that has a star is a mod.
Alright. Quickly compare the list. 1, 2, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20, 21, 22, 20, 21, 22, 602, 602, 901, 902, 10,001. Okay, all the Steam's listed. 30, 32, 32. 32, 33 is not on the list.
That's the Walker diesel. That's just a SW15.
An SW1?
Yeah, sorry. Just a basic one.
Basic biatch.
For Walker, Texas, pulpwood. Get some water.
The 3233, which is an SW1. 6702, 6703, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That is GLR. The 6707 is another GP9, I'm assuming.
Yes. All the 67 line is all GPs, GP9s.
Yeah. 32 so SW1, 67 is GP9.
Yep.
Alright, I was only missing 2.
Yep.
Alright. What are...
So for the list, because you're comparing them, 3000, 3001 are GP38s. 6501 is a RS1. 10002 is a 410, and 23 is a 2442. A baby
Oh
articulated.
yeah, I'm not counting those.
I know. That's just more for the VOD.
Right. I need to go quickly. So let's Discord, Russian gallery. No, Russian gallery. Catalogue. Jeez. G16. S23.
Okay, so go get you some water.
G46. 46.6. A35s. S51. A23. 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 What is an A23?
An A23?
Yeah, because there's an A23 and an
Oh,
A26.
that's Edward. That's 22. That's number 22. So
Yeah,
little
but-
440.
Yeah, there's an A20. I wasn't sure if I'd written down on the list if I'd made a typo or not, because I was looking for A23 and I saw A26 and I thought, did I make a typo? But I kept on looking in the list and saw A23. So C46 is 46.7. B65 654. F71. Seven. SW1. $49.5. And the GP9 is 64.8. So then I have to. What are we running on passenger? Do we only have the one passenger train going at the moment?
No. We have two.
What have we got on? Two. And they're both GP9.
I have
Single-
the big one that runs point to point, Silva to Andrews. That's 2 engines, and then the one that runs Alarca to Silva only, or that route is 1.
All GP9s?
Yeah.
And which ones are on that? What's the locomotives on that train you've got at the moment?
6705 by itself.
At 6507 by itself. And what's the other one?
Ba, 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 ba. 6703 and 6707.
Alright, so those ones I need to not count. So we have a total of 874,700 pounds-feet of tractive effort on the network, not counting modded trains, not counting those 3 passengers. So we have 874,700 in vanilla freight available. Which, 2 obviously. Well, that actually depends. Do we want everything in one location, or do we want to have both?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Because if we're having 1 interchange instead of 2, then obviously we split everything up in between 1 location, which is kind of easy to do.
Yeah. You just wait for everything to come out and then.
There was a recent change to silver interchange, wasn't there? Did they make silver interchange bigger?
I don't think so.
All right. 69 cars versus 40. Okay, so I'd say at this stage, keep Andrews open, close silver. Ooh. Or keep silver because of Dillsborough Yard.
Yeah.
All right. At the end, I'm overly complicating things so much. Okay. Would you like to try a practical experiment? Would you like to move from theory crafting to practical experiment?
Sure.
You sound very, very decisive on.
If we're doing it right now,
No, not right now.
Oh, okay.
Another time, not today.
Oh, yes. Then yes, 100%
Okay.
yes.
In that case, we'll keep silver interchange open. We'll close Andrews temporarily, so everything's running through the 1 interchange, just for simplicity's sake. If we are satisfied with the results of the experiment, we can talk about opening up Andrews and doing 2. But for the moment, just to progress from phase 1 to phase 2, theory crafting to practical, with the exception of 6703, 6705, and 6707, which are the ones running on the passenger trains, with the exception of those modified locomotives. Where can we store those? Would you be able to move those modified locomotives up the end of the spur track next to Appalachian Hardwoods? Remember where we parked the record train?
Yeah, I can put them there.
If you put them up there, they're completely out of the way. That way we don't have any
Carfuffles.
Yeah, that way it doesn't complicate things when I join you.
Yep.
Assuming I'm inviting myself.
It wouldn't be on multiplayer if
if you wanted to do it yourself.
No, it's an open invitation, buddy. Doors always open.
So, with the exception of D6703, 6705, and 6707, which are on passenger, with the keep those where they are. Put the modded locomotives that you indicated earlier in the end of the Appalachian Hardwoods track, so they're out of the way and there is no shenaniganery. Can you, at the end of the session today, either complete or begin a move under auto engineer to move all the locomotives to Dillsborough Yard.
Got it. You got it. I will get that going.
During the move, if you remember, and it's not important, we can sell those breakdown cars, the rolling stock attached to the breakdown, get rid of those, and bring one full wagon of diesel and one full wagon of coal to Dillsborough Yard as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
If it doesn't get done today, we can do it next time. So there's no real problems and hassles if it doesn't get done. But if you can queue them up, that'd be good.
Yep.
How much coal's in the coal loader there?
97.5, 97.6.
Definitely. Oh, I'll probably bring 2 coal hoppers down then.
Got it.
Because everything's going to be filling out of there.
Yep.
And some of the stuff does have quite a long way to go.
See. We have a Wilhelm. I'll get him moved.
Oh, look at you. That's right, I remember. Maybe you pointed and showing me that one last time.
No. This fucking thing.
That can go.
Yeah, I actually don't think we need it at all.
It's been sitting there for such a long time.
That the passengers despawned. Just starved to death in our shop.
I was going to say, I'd despawn if I was there for that long too. Alright, so what's going to do? That should.
Alright. Alright, let me make notes of this. Notepad. Set. Non-passenger locos.
The answer to that question, Morty, is yes. He is, because he is a filthy mod. Scum of the earth. Imagine not being satisfied with the vanilla game. It's supposed to be played and you have to mod. Some people, I swear,
I
just
know. We're the worst.
never satisfied. You are the German sausage.
No, I'm not actively running mods right now. I mean, I am, but I'm
Yes,
not.
you are.
I am, but I'm not. Like, I'm like, yes, they're running on the save, but they're not running on the track right now.
But they're there in game and you can go and have a look at them. Just because one of the locomotives is sitting in an engine shed doesn't mean it's not there.
Yes. See?
Do
My
you have
Death
no
Stars.
object permanence or something?
Yes, that's why I put them there, and then I put the fusies there, because if I put the fusies there, no one will touch it. Mr. L made that joke immediately. He seen it and he was like, "Oh, there's a fusee here," and he goes, "You know, I'm not gonna touch this."
Well, I'm still used to you putting fusies fucking everywhere.
No. I've
That
gotten rid of.
I'm still conditioned. I've Pavloved myself to remove all your fusies still.
No.
That's why I was asking you to move them up the end there, because that's.
Oh.
Anyway, speaking of Mr. L,
Hey, Mr. L. He's been subscribed for 13 months.
okay. So no, the arrow is for the auto engineer. That is a vanilla game thing. So it came in a few patches ago, and I think it's still on the experimental branch, technically speaking.
Yes.
Where you have the auto engineer, which is the game's AI, for example, will run point to point to the location based on where you want to go. So that's a vanilla game thing. Desert Fox is running a few locomotive mods, no track mods. I don't think you're running any other kind of script mods or anything like that.
Just edges. I like. I don't need the track
What
mods.
does
I like the
catalog look like to see new train loco you want to buy?
Yeah. So when I go to the logo shop, this is what I get. This is what's available.
Oh yeah, they've added the a black and white sepia image of the locomotives now as well.
But yeah, if I wanted to do a fucking, there's a couple of packs in here. I actually have a fucking ES44.
That's all modded shit there.
Yes. So if we wanted, I wish those were out when we ran the super train, because we would have only needed 3 of those to haul it. I tried one out. Its tractive effort is 188,000 pounds.
Yeah.
The next closest thing, I think, is the GP38 or the GP9. Oh, the Santa Fe. I think it's the Santa Fe at 71,000 pounds. And so, you know. Yeah, but yeah, Sticky. And Mr. L. Me and Mr. JJ here. Well, sorry, not Mr. JJ. Me and JJ here were discussing an idea of shortening trains up, basically running more trains. So, if you boys are going to be around tomorrow, I would love to have hands on deck for a little experiment. We're going to put concept to reality. Oh, that's not too bad. You can learn it in relearning the sim. I mean, JJ, how long is it taking you to relearn the locations? About 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm still getting them wrong. We haven't done anything to it yet, Mr. L. You've got the up-to-date copy.
Yeah. Yeah, they did some updating to the timetable, so things look slightly differently than before.
Take a screenshot of that quick so you can recreate it. Actually, no. Edit time. No, you can save it locally, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the one he saved. Yeah, this is the one I have this saved as well.
Okay, so yeah, it is quite literally exactly as Mr. L sent it, so...
Exactamundo.
Yeah, I'm still on that as well. Doing milestones.
Ah, you're doing milestones. That was something that I like. We're on episode like 69 of this series. I don't think we've done a milestone in nearly 45
Nice.
episodes.
Yeah, because we've done them all.
Yeah. Like, it's at the point where I'm like,
There
that
are
would be
no
something.
milestones left to do.
I know. That's why I'm like, maybe they should consider adding more milestones at some point. But I mean, what do you add? I guess becomes the question. But yes, so tomorrow, about the same time, same bat channel here on the Desert Fox Gaming channel, we are going to implement a change to the freight hauling. We're going to turn the CTC on. We're going to run shorter trains instead of big unit trains. So
yeah, Mr. L, the basic premise is this. Instead of long American trains, shorter, more frequent European trains.
CTC, that's the control desk that flips the switches.
Centralized Traffic Control is what CTC stands for. Centralized Traffic Control. So in Bryson, at the station there's that big board you can see.
If I flip that to
CTC
from ABS, it would
just automatic block system.
Yep, it would turn. It would show all the switches on the board here. And then yeah.
Yeah, you can operate. So a operator manually operates all the signals and points on the main line. It's only on the main line. Branches and things like that are still manually operated. And that it is anti-lock braking system, but that's ABS is automatic block signaling. So the points are controlled locally to the point, like the driver gets out and switches it, and the signals are all automatic. We'll be playing.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to run those
you
mods.
Won't be required.
Yeah, no, I will have them set aside.
But they won't be being used. Sorry, completely talking over you there. What a rude thing this bastard did. Sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay. Yeah, no, the mods. Those are, again, any train mods that you see, any engines that you see, are not mandatory until I have 4 or 5 of you going, hey, I'm running this. Until you and JJ are both saying, hey, I'm running these on your own saves. Basically, I will not be, making it mandatory to have them.
And I can tell you now that that's not going to happen until such until such time as the game has official mod support in such a way as the Steam Workshop or some other form of in-game built-in mod system in the same way that, say, Farming Simulator.
Yep.
I will not be manually putting in mods or using fucking Nexus mod. I will not be using Nexus mods, and I will not be manually installing mods.
Yes.
So.
And to answer your question, Sticky, yes. Most of them come from Nexus. You can get them, a lot of the same ones, directly from Discord, the Railroader Discord. You can get them from directly. Yeah, there's a couple places you can get them.
And there will be a brief ad starting in about 45 seconds. Thank you very much for your support. I do apologise for making you watch these ads, but Twitch has to make their money.
And can you send me the save of the timetable, because I was testing on the Bryson and Larkin rush hour train on the GLR. Yeah. Yes, I will send that updated branch to you. or you can grab it whenever you hop in next. Whatever happens first.
Mm. It's unmodified since the last time you sent it to Fox.
Well,
So
he made
if
some
you still have a
changes.
copy,
So he added a morning rush hour train that's a
okay.
Larka to Bryson only, because with this new update with the timetables, a Larka has become one of the like hotbeds of activity for passengers.
There is a mod manager, but it's not very good. It's made by one of the members of the community called Demu, and he's an asshole.
So there's actually like 3 of them now.
There's 3 of them now. If you did Demu make any of the others?
So no. There's Unity Mod Manager, which is I think actually just like a group. It's a different game group entirely. It has nothing to do, but they like, I guess some of them play this game and made it accessible, and that's how you get the engines. If you want to do engines, that's very easy, and it's like the least impactful on your game. Rail Loader is how you do track mods and script mods. Like the heavy duty script mods and stuff. There are some script mods that you can use the UMM manager to use. Both, once you figure out how to use them, are relatively simple to use and maintain and manage. But keeping track of shit can get a little of like what you're running can get a little hectic, to say the least. And it might not be entirely plausible to do exactly what you're trying to do every single time. So like, case in point, I am not like, and this is not me throwing shade, I'm not like Angry Ragtimer, the YouTuber. Him and his group do a absolutely massive modded track layout for Railroader. And when you watch that, it is absolutely fucking awesome to watch. I physically will not, not physically put my team.
Pause there for a moment. There's an ad break, and the people you're talking to can't hear you.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but
no, you're good. I'd rather you tell me that I'm in an ad break. Alright, so 202 arrives.
I had a very quick ad. One ad for 7-Eleven that ran for like 10 seconds, and it just went whoosh, and it was done.
Nice.
I mean, the ad was done before the notification of the ad break being in progress even started.
I think you would be the 103.
All right. Twitch is saying that the ad break has finished, so Morty should be back. Mr. L should be back.
All right. So yes, guys like Angry Ragtimer, my point still standing there, that I'm not going to subject my crew, to an extensive cavalcade of research and downloads and, all sorts of headaches.
I want a built-in
1 second.
one-button press system of mods, the same way that you get on Steam Workshop. Subscribe to that one. Click button. Done. It's installed. The in-game mod manager for Farm Sim. Fucking click one button. You got it. I wanted that. I don't want to install a third-party mod manager. I don't want to have to download mods from a website that has a very mixed reputation. I've had issues myself trying to use Nexus for other games, Cyberpunk 2077, Baldur's Gate 3, before it got its own mod support, and it was never without frustrating complications. There has never been a single time when I have used Nexus mods and had an easy time of it.
It's not an easy product. Some find it very easy to work with.
Did you
some
mean
don't.
Stream or Steam?
Are there any mods from Steam yet? No.
Oh, he said Stream.
Oh.
So he did mean Steam. Okay. So no, there is no workshop compatibility yet for Rara. which is everything what I was just saying. I don't do that because that's not there. When they implement Steam Workshop or an in-game mod manager that's built in the same way that Farm Sim does, then I will use mods. Until such time as they have them, I will not.
And who knows? And, we're not going to... Every time Railroader updates, they come out with a major update, and then they come out with, like, a medium-sized update shortly after that, and then 3 or 4 small minor updates, right? Oh, Mr. L is connected.
That is how games usually do it. Big patch and then a bunch of hot fixes afterwards.
Yep. And I would assume...
To fix up all the things that they weren't able to or didn't know about, then, yeah.
And following up with what he's saying with the mod support, they have talked in their 1-year anniversary video that they were a little bit behind where they wanted the game to be, stating that they wanted certain things to be in the game by now, and that's just part of development. You just got to live with that. So where they are at,
that's every project ever.
Right. It sounds like they are about less than a half a dozen updates away from putting in mod support. Like, true official mod support. It is creeping, I guess it's been creeping up higher and higher on the priority list. So, for those of you, watching this in the future or whatever, just know that in the near future, there should be true Steam Workshop mod support. So if you're waiting...
Mr. or Mrs. VOD Watcher.
I don't know what Mr. L is doing. I'm just going to assume that he's taking the reins of the passenger stuff for like 5 minutes. Mr. L is doing Mr. L things. I'm not going to get involved in Mr. L things. I know better. Oh, he's running right here.
Things.
Don't get to run over for...
Gee, yeah, that's... Now, that is a mod I'd love to have. Realistic walking speeds.
Yeah. Instead of,
The fact that you can run 30 miles an hour. I'd love to have that mod for... There's... If I ever make a mod, that's the first thing I'm going to do is for Farm Sim, or maybe Railroader, to disable a few things in multiplayer. Teleporting. Running at those ridiculous speeds.
Just look at this.
Lock it to first person. Yeah, lock it to first person camera. Realism mods.
He's just Mario jumping across the map. He's gotta get squished. He's gotta get squished.
Doing all the things he wish he could do IRL but can't.
Oh, it is the top of the hour. So, thank you all very much for tuning in. It is the top of the hour. Just want to give you all a quick recap. I am your host, Desert Fox, joined here with JJ2078 and Mr. L in game. We're playing Railroader, part 69. Nice. And
nice.
if you have been enjoying today's little mini stream, or session, whatever you want to call it, please consider smashing that like button, destroying that subscribe, and obliterating that bell icon. And today, I want you to do it. Do it with an A3. A Gresley A3. If you don't know what that is, Google it. And thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Feels good to be back streaming, besides my hands being completely numb. And I just wanted to say, I missed all of you. GLR guys, I missed the fucking hell out of you guys. I know life has been busy for everybody, and I hope that 2025 is good for everybody and we can have some productive days. And to all of you that have stuck with us, thank you. It means the world. See, they don't like it when I get sentimental.
No one.
They don't do sentimental. They're all old and grizzled. They're like
Sorry, Morty. No. For the VODs, we'd just like to thank everybody on the top of each hour for being here. We're not actually ending the stream yet.
Yeah, no. Top of the hour is just a time code thing for folks watching at home in the future. If you're washing your dishes or cooking dinner and you got something on in the background, or you're studying for your exams or whatever you got going on. It's perfect content to have on in the background. Something quiet, something peaceful.
It's a stretch and hydrate reminder.
Yes.
You have been playing this game for 2 hours. You have been playing this game for 17 hours.
Oh, God.
Why not stretch your legs?
You know, when you're feeling up for it, boys, I would love to do a super stream again. Maybe not what we did where between you and I we went, 39 hours, but
to be fair, one of us did it slightly more hours than the other.
Yeah.
It was a little one-sided on that particular occasion.
I did not do the full 37, no. But I think I worked. I did the front
Holy
6
shit,
or 7.
Mr. I want you to check your posture 4 times. 5 times? 4 times? 4 times.
Okay. My posture's been checked. I'm stretching.
Wait, you've got a posture check and a stretch check?
Well, yeah. You gotta stretch, Stretch that back out.
Wouldn't the stretch wouldn't that be the one thing? Yeah.
Posture check more for making sure you're not sitting on the bad parts of your back or on parts of your body.
Check.
Yeah. And then your stretches, you haven't stood up in 3 fucking hours. Stand up.
Well, fucking stand up. Oh, you do have a hydrate. I was going to say you've got a...
But
it's on cooldown.
I think I'd love to do like a 3 or 4 hour or do a big block on me on the GLR, and then we go do shit, and then we do a big block session, and then we go to one of your saves and do a big block session. And
you've got a cooldown on hydrate. It doesn't say how long the cooldown is. You've got a cooldown on hydrate, but not on stretch and posture check.
I had to put it on the hydrate because he was abusing the shit out of it. Him and Gizmo one night. It wasn't even really Gizmo that was abusing it.
Gizmo wasn't abusing something?
Yeah. Not as badly as he was.
Just an observation. Mr. Allen's trying to knead you like dough at the moment.
He's playing his evil character tonight, I see. His mischievous self. Alright. First time shunting over here at the new freight location. For Tatham Grain and Seed Co. Also, Mr. L, I'll be available a lot later now at night.
Hello there.
Hey, Mr. L.
Oh.
So I'm playing the evil character now.
Tonight,
I
it
see.
seems like it. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing good. Came back from the real thing. And now doing the irresponsible things that I couldn't do.
Good. Don't be the first one that makes me pull out the breakdown train, because we just talked about it about an hour ago about retiring it. Sticky Morty says, so for me, I don't see the images of the locos to look at to buy. Is that because I have not moved to the next day, or because I have not done the starting milestones? Are you talking about, so if the locomotive is a native in-game locomotive, so like any of these, you know, the decapod, the switcher, they will have an image. The second you start getting, here, I'll just go to like the F7B
yeah.
Norfolk Southern. No. There's going to be no
I
image.
hate to interrupt. I need to find out, firstly, Morty, are you playing on the main branch or are you playing on the experimental branch of the game? What version of the game are you playing on? Does it say, on your Steam library, does it say Railroader, or does it say Railroader and in square brackets experimental dash 2024.6? Those things are not the same thing. They will not have the same.
Yeah, I did just think about that. That would not have the same content.
Won't have auto engineer. Won't have the images in the who's you watch it's the store. Jeez, no, another ad. That's quick.
That one that's the pre-programmed one.
I'm gonna
So,
snooze it
okay.
while we sort this one out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, just to see what Morty's doing.
Yep.
So when I start, no. Exit out of the game, have the game not running at all. On your Steam library, where you go to start the game, on your list of games, it should have either Railroader or Railroader Experimental-2024.6. Not in game at all. Out of game. In Steam. The fact that you're even asking the question gives me kind of an indication of which way the answer is going to.
Mr. L, are you just keeping an eye on the passenger trains, or are you looking to haul something?
No, I'm on shit. I was applying the rush hour timetable on my railroad because I used the GLR as a guinea pig.
Ah.
Yeah, I
Rather
mean,
than waiting for you to send him the timetable, he's come here and grabbed it himself and sent it to himself.
Hey.
exactly.
Okay. It's that German efficiency I see, huh?
So I see Railroad, I see the patch now of
Was zur Hölle? I'm sorry. I come back to the shed. The first thing I see, 4 cars are derailed in the interchange.
No. Well, that's not a good day.
And my Berkshire at 30%.
All right. Morty. So, in Steam, right mouse button on Railroader and go to Properties. In Properties, you'll get general updates, installed files, betas, controller, game recording, privacy. Go on to betas and have a look at beta participation. And it will give you an option of different things: none, 2024.5, experimental 2024.6, and previous build. Go on to select experimental 2024.6. Yes. So go from none and select experimental 2024.6. It will then update the game. That's why you do it out without the game running, because it's got to update. And it will bring you up to the version. Then you will have those features that you were asking about.
And in the broader spectrum, this isn't just for Sticky, this is just for everybody in the audience. They did mention that the content that has been added to the experimental branch will be brought to the main branch in the next update. And the experimental branch will be packed full of the new experimental stuff.
Yeah, so if you want it now, go experimental. Otherwise, you can just wait. No indication of when that update will be. Just whatever the next one is.
Yeah, it should just say experimental build 2024.6 point whatever.
Yeah, experimental 2024.6 experimental 2024.6.x build. I put a screenshot in the general channel of Discord on Fox's Discord.
Yeah, that would be basically the only thing you'd need to do for joining a session is being on the experimental. Otherwise, you're good. Sweet. Also, the issue we were having where Robinson Gap cars weren't cycling for days on end, they have partially fixed it. So I had 4 cars or 5 cars back here that weren't propagating, and then all the other ones left, and then over time, the 5 that were still there, they propagated down to 3.
I'm going to answer for Fox on this one. Mr. L and myself are in Discord voice channel, and we're not in the game. So,
Yeah, go ahead, hop in, buddy.
if,
That way
if you wanted to
can
hang
get,
out,
yeah.
I'd be amazed if Fox said no.
Of course you can, yes.
Sorry for presuming to answer on your behalf there, but
Nope, proper call.
it will happen again.
Hi, intro.
Hello.
What's going on, guys?
Not much, the stickiest of Mortys.
Yep, the one and only.
So yeah, now you've got that sorted out. You're on the experimental branch now. You'll get the preview of the locomotives. You'll get the auto engineer. There is a short tutorial on how to use it
Okay.
in game.
Yep. And timetables
It's
you can
pretty easy.
opt in and out of, so you don't have to do them.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's probably the best part about the timetables, besides having them, is you don't have to have them. So if you are used to playing a particular
opt
way,
in rather than opt out.
yeah.
Okay.
But if you want to, I know a railroad who has a pretty good timetable.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I've gotten real heavy back into ATS, so just been doing a lot of trucking over there.
That's something I could never get into.
Oh yeah, I mean it definitely takes a lot. I mean I've invested quite a bit of money just within the setup for it. Button box, Toby, upgraded my shifter, got the thrustmaster, have a shift knob to range split my gears. I got in with a different virtual trucking company, so it's a really good company that I'm in, and I put in several hours into that sim. I've got like a total of 1,752.1 hours. In the last 2 weeks, I played 112.3 hours. So, yeah, that kind of says a lot right there.
It really does, actually. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Railroader does this thing where I put Railroader down, and I won't play it for a couple of weeks, and then they do the update, and then they'll add just enough to rehook me for like another 6 weeks.
It's kind of like they almost know, be like, hey, that guy hasn't been on here. We need to push an update to get him back.
I think the one thing I genuinely love about this game is that its fan base and player base are very loyal, but loyal to almost a fault.
Right.
Like dedicated and loyal, but almost to a fault.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all the new stuff that's coming.
Yeah, dude, that's the part about it. This kind of what tonight's stream was kind of about, was kind of showcasing what they have done and just kind of, busting the brakes off and streaming, because I haven't done it in a little while. I actually had not prepared for any of you guys to hop in, so thank you guys for stopping by. I missed you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna get back to. I'm gonna try to get us going with some sessions, and I was talking to JJ earlier about maybe doing. I come and hang out on his stuff while streaming, or come hang out on Mr. L's while streaming or something.
Nice.
Cause like.
Yeah.
I do like the whole, like, running the whole railroad. I have to jump from here to here to here to here to make sure all this shit is running. But, like, there's a part of it where there's a part of the game I don't get to enjoy, which is just sitting there driving a train. From getting told to, hey, take this cut of cars from Bryson to Robinson Gap. And, you got 15 minutes to do it because there's a passenger train coming up the line. And then doing it locked in first person with an engine, me as the engineer or me as the conductor with a guy running the engineering. Like, that's cool shit to me. I that's part of it I'm missing, is like the role-playing part, so.
Right. Yeah, a buddy of mine, he plays a lot of train sim games. He plays a lot of Run 8, and I was telling him about Railroader, and he was like, I have it, but I kind of really don't know how to play, so I was kind of showing him. and I had kind of hosted a session for him to join, but I couldn't figure out how to get him to where he can operate the locos. And then I kind of watched the video, and I'm like, oh, I got to give him permissions to do it.
Exactly. A lot of it is, and a lot of it just comes down to just being out of practice or not having to do it because of this reason or that. But a lot of it can just be solved with, oh, okay, this goes here.
Right, right. Well, I mean, like I was saying, I deleted the profiles that I had just so I can start from vanilla, just to kind of give myself a refresher course. And I think about the time that I stopped playing because work got real heavy, I think I was like on phase 2 out of 3 for the bridge. And I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to remember everything. Let me just start all over.
See, I thought about that several times with this save. And then I load it, and then I don't know why, but after like looking at the save for 5 minutes, I go, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna keep going. This series probably should have ended like 30 parts ago. After the record-breaking train, which, for the record, I'm gonna say on camera, I don't think anyone has, in a pure vanilla sense, even tried it. So, for that record to still be existing, almost, that was about 6 months ago.
About that. It has been broken. I'm still yet to confirm that it is vanilla and company mode. If it is vanilla company mode, then it has indeed been broken. Barely, but it has. I need to check that.
We'll make a note of that.
And then
All
I
your
have to
other streams
fucking
that you
find
have
it again.
done, have they been like within the other past experimental modes, or have you done it like just being in?
I've done it since the game, I bought the game, so it would be from Christmas Eve of last year, whatever the state was in, it was in then, and then every update it's had ever since. And then they started doing the experimental stuff about 4 updates ago.
Okay. So when I found your stream last year, nothing was experimental. It was just all based from what the game had come out.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, how was y'all's Christmas and your New Year's? How were your holidays?
I mean, typical, kind of uneventful. Can't really complain. Made it through them. I had to work New Year's Eve, which sucked, but we got through it. Had Christmas and Christmas Eve off, so that's always nice. And took it off from streaming and recording, so recharged the batteries, and I feel pretty good. JJ? JJ is ever present working on something, so he will answer in due time.
I do apologize. I saw. Hello. What was the question? I do apologize.
He was asking how was your holidays.
Absent. I didn't have any.
Fair enough. Mr. L, you're being insanely quiet. Are you over there breaking shit again?
No, I was waiting my turn.
Oh.
I had it the other way around than Desert. I had to work Christmas, but had New Year off and didn't mind that. Yeah, and I'm back at work for the last week. And I wish I'm back on vacation.
Do you start vacation again soon, or?
No. Next vacation is in May.
Yeah, that's when I'm taking mine.
Well, with any constellation, the years have just been going by crazy fast. Before you know it, it'll be here. It kind of seems like when you're a kid, you can't wait to get older, and as you get older, now you wish that you were a kid. Just how fast the years go by. At least that's how I feel.
Well, I mean, it could be that I'm one of the younger side in this call. I don't know about you. I mean, I don't want to ask, but
I'm
knowing that,
37.
come again?
I said I'm 37. I have no problem showing my age. I mean,
Okay, yeah, I'm pulling the average down by a lot.
I was gonna say I pull the average down, but yeah, it's you carrying the weight on that one, Mr. L.
By a lot, yes. I think with me we barely make it to like about 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Because I'm 28. I'll be 29 this year. God, that made me feel so old saying that.
well, no. What's bad is last year when I turned 36, and everybody at work and family are like, "Oh, happy birthday!" I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Only 4 more years until I'm 40." They just kind of got the kick out of it.
Yeah, let's make it worse. 23.
You know,
What I would give to go back to my 20s.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I feel like, yeah, I'm in my 20s, I'm in the prime of my life. And then I'm hearing my older colleagues like, what I have done in my 20s. And then I'm thinking, yeah, night, 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 early, early, early.
Oh
Doing
yeah.
the same shit.
I mean, it's like with my kids. My stepson's 18, and my daughter's 13, and my youngest is 12. And they're like, I can't wait till I get older. And I'm like, stop saying that. They're like, God, Dad, why do you say that? I'm like, you'll understand one day. Yeah, I said the same thing when I was your age. I can't wait to be an adult. And
one day everything
mean-
starts hurting, and it just doesn't stop.
yes, exactly. It definitely.
I
But,
I
think
wake up in the morning, and I'm like,
There's
oh.
a sweet spot on age.
Oh, I do have I guess a positive from the holiday season to talk about openly.
Okay.
I did start seeing somebody.
Nice,
Yeah,
congratulations.
well, thank you. Me and her work together, so it just kind of happened naturally. No, man, it was hi, babe. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but hi. But yeah, just one of them types of things where needed to come out of the shell a little bit, feel a little better about some things, and
Oh
so
yeah.
she's also encouraged heavily encouraged the return to streaming.
Well, that's
And
good. She supports you, and I
yeah,
mean
so
that's a good trait to have in finding a relationship. Somebody, I mean, because you'd be surprised nowadays. Like, yeah, you get. I mean, with the times have changed with gaming and streaming and stuff like that. Like, I remember growing up and going through school and stuff like that. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've always been a gamer. I'll be the gamer to the day I die. I mean, it's something that's a passion of mine, especially simulation. And like I remember back in school, they're like, "Oh, you're a gamer, you're a nerd," and I'm like, "Call it what you want. Like, I enjoy it." And even my mom, she was like, "You spend hundreds of dollars on games. You need to grow up." I was like, "Look," I was like, "Take it this way. I can either spend 60, 70, or $100 every now and then on a game." I was like, "Or if y'all really want me to stop, I can sit there and take my money, go out to the bar, go hang out with friends, go shoot pool, do something stupid, get into an accident, get into a fight, kill somebody, or kill myself." I was like, one way or another, I'm gonna sit there and relieve stress. And I was like, me doing it at home is a safer option. And she kind of thought about it. She was like, "Yeah, I kind of see your point." And then she saw my setup of everything, and she was like, "All right, yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from."
And there's nothing stopping her from using those things as well. If you're not
Or-
playing any games, she can play something.
Oh
exactly.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, my wife, like, she gets into games. Like, she's not into like the simulators like I am. Like, she'll do Fortnite with my kids and stuff like that. And they've asked me to play, and I've jumped on a few games. It's just I'm big into simulation at heart. I mean, obviously with ATS, Microsoft Flight Sim, here pretty soon, I'm gonna be diving into DCS. I kind of got into it, it kind of fell out, but I'm gonna be actually like getting like proper Thrustmasters for it because I used to have the old Logitechs, the X52 and the X56 Rhino, and you'd be surprised that there it's hard to find mapping for that flight stick. Every mapping guide that I've seen, it's all for the Thrustmaster, so it's kind of like you gotta have it to play type deal. Um, but yeah, I mean, simulation is what got me into PC gaming. I mean, of course, as a kid, I had the Nintendos, Super Nintendos, the Segas, and the PlayStations and stuff like that. But Flight Sim was my very first computer game that I played because my next door neighbor, as a kid, he was a retired uh, Marine and he flew for the Marines. And I remember one day he got a brand new computer, talked to my dad, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to give you my old computer." And the first sim that he put on there was Microsoft Flight Sim Windows 98. And I fell in love with it. And
I think my
needless to say,
first. This
I've been
is,
hooked
I
ever since.
think. So I've always been a fan of trains. Never owned a
Oh,
train set,
same.
but my neighbors had all like the really cool wooden trains, and they had like hundreds of dollars of that shit. So like, my childhood was filled with, and I played with these guys every day throughout my childhood. So I grew up with like an admiration for trains. This is legitimately. I mean, I played like the classics of like Railroad Tycoon 2, like the best the best of the OGs. Locomotion, shit like that. And then which became OpenTTD. But I didn't really get into the train sims until Railroader. I wasn't into trains. I wasn't into Train Sim World. I wasn't into uh uh what is that?
Train's New Era.
Yeah, any of that. I wasn't into any of that. Railroads Online, none of it. Until I got
Hero
into
Valley, Samurai.
Simrail, yeah. Like, never got into any of that until I got into this. And then really started picking some of that stuff up through playing stuff with JJ and playing stuff with Mr. L. And I'm not that great at the true, like, hardcore simulators, but I mean, I know how to do it.
Right.
Like Simrail, I like Simrail. Like sitting there at the box and like Mr. L is the next box, the next signal box up the line to my east, and JJ's the next signal box to my west, and we're all just sending each other trains, and I'm watching trains come flying by or slowly chugging along or whatever they're doing. Like, that's super cool to me. But that's all you do. You don't influence the train, you don't control it, you don't do, and yes, you can flip that to that mode and then drive that train, but like it just doesn't tickle the itch like this. Like, if you could do what you do in this game in that, fuck yeah. Like, I can break down the entire freight train I'm hauling and deliver it if I want.
Right. Oh, no, I get it, because like I have like the train sim worlds, and like you can do certain things with like track switching and with the cars, but it's not immersive like this. And like when I found Railroader and stuff like that, like I loved it, and I still love it to this day. And I mean, I've kind of kept my eye on a little bit of the patchworks and stuff like that. But then when I dove into like Microsoft 2020 and getting into the flying sim and stuff like that, like I got as immersive as to buying third-party planes from like PMDG, the Phoenix A320. These are planes that are like full latency, to where everything in that cockpit is clickable. I'm programming my HUD, setting my flight plans, requesting the right amount of fuel based off of my payload. And I mean, it's just a whole thing. Like, I started flying on that sim, so people that were also role playing as well as actual air traffic controllers, I was having to get clearance like if I was on a real plane going through the full simulation that a pilot does.
I do want to give JJ a shout out. He got me into trains.
Oh,
and
my fault. Fine.
Trains isn't.
Blame me.
After I got like into trains and like played, like me and him played on, I think it was like a pre-built, like one of the ones. It's just like a layout or whatever that the game provides. And we just played on it because I didn't know how to play it. I didn't know how it physically worked because I only thought it was like the world building. Like, all you did was build like the actual worlds. You didn't actually drive trains or deliver stuff. But they did an update to one of them that I picked up where it was kind of like this. It had actual like drop-off industries. Like, you had to program, or you
sort of. That's kind of backwards, but you've got the spirit. So the driving and the doing of the things that we did was the original intent of the game. The world building was a secondary thing. It's just that I hadn't been having particularly good luck with finding maps and things that were that were in a state to be able to use. A lot of them were maps that had been brought over from earlier versions of the game, so they hadn't been ported over correctly, so they were kind of broken in some ways. But the game in question is called Trains, with a Z at the end.
Okay, I think I have that one.
There's a bunch of different versions, Trains and New Age, and every different kind of year that you want. And
yeah, I have Trains of New Era.
It's originally an Australian company called Orin. They sold it off to its current owners, and it's been my rail game of choice since then. I need to update it as well because they've changed a few things around, and I don't have the current version.
You were working, I was about to say, you were working on reviving an old map that you had played on in a previous version to the most recent version, and he wanted to bring it to a state that was playable for any one of us in the GLR Discord that had trains. So,
I was also doing a timetable for Railroader as well, and that didn't really happen either. So there's a lot of things that I do that never end up happening.
We just put them on the, these are projects that take time. Because one day you're going to show up and you're going to go, hey, motherfuckers, look what I did. And we're going to go, oh My God.
So that project is so in a much earlier version of the game, I think 2004, I think maybe earlier, there was a very large, very expansive Australian-based map called Razorback Railway, which was a massive group project. And so what I wanted to do was to update it to modern, or to the current version, replace some of the older assets with newer assets where possible, and just make a few changes here and there, make sure all the industries are working, and to the point where all you would have to do was just jump in and play.
Right.
Still working on it.
Yeah, the one thing I wish and I hope to see come to Railroader is kind of like the smoke coming out of the stacks instead of it being white, like actually being black. That would be cool.
Yeah.
You mean like in Deer Valley with the smoke simulation?
Kind of like how like the smoke's coming out of the stack now out as he's moving the train, but like in the actual steam locomotive, instead of the steam being white, it's like the actual black, seeing the coals burning and stuff like that.
I mean, that's depending on how well the fireman is working the fire. If he is really efficient, the smoke is actually pretty white.
Okay.
But it's depending on a lot of things, how heavy the load you're pulling, if you're starting, and how good the coal actually was. And I mean, if you have like good stone coal and you have a proper maintained boiler and locomotive, you have a much greater chance of actually burning all the coal. And I mean, I hear from like the older colleagues who will go in the next few years into retirement. There were still firemen on some steam locomotives, and also told stories from like basically they had to fire the locomotive with like flour earth mixed with some brown coal. Of course, you won't get the same like heat and to that extent not as much steam, not as much power, and you had to do with what you have on hand.
hmm
But so yeah, um, white smoke actually possible, but I mean, to have white smoke all the time, you basically have Jesus as your fireman because you need a wonder.
You just have the Holy Ghost as your fireman.
Basically.
Well, I mean, that's a little gray. Unless I'm just looking at it. Yeah, see. Alright, so it is just white. And then just gray back here. That's fine.
Yeah, but for me, I personally like Railwater for being able to decide what's going to be done and how, and basically that I'm in charge and not the other way around. That you have to do that, but I have a better idea. No, we don't take better ideas. We do things the way we always have done it. Sure, right. Oh, hey, there's a new timetable. We updated your shifts. But this is bullshit. I don't think so. This is according to like the working laws. you have the mandatory amount of break time and time off. This is working. Yeah, but this is should to work. Nonsense. This is great. This is what the law allows. Like, yeah. That's like the minimum the law allows. You know that you can give us, more time together off, so that we can do, I don't know, grab some lunch. And not like, I mean, yes, it's more viable to bring your own lunch, but sometimes, I don't know, you fancy some like a burger, and you want to grab a burger from like an imbiss truck, but no. Half an hour, that's your time, and good luck.
And good riddance.
Fuck, thanks, Mr. L. Now I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to go reheat some stir fry.
Ooh.
Oh, I made somebody hungry.
2 minutes in the penalty box for you.
Okay, and one project that I thinking I want to do for like 2025 in Transport Fever 2. There are a certain style of German railroad signals which aren't really flushed out. Like you have go, go but slowly, and a waypoint which basically just says, yeah, next signal is stop. Please, yeah, I mean, it's caution. And I want to try to bring as much of the real variants, like go but only with 60, go with 100, go with 100, expect 100. Like there are 16 variants, and there are currently only 2 in game. But I think maybe the most difficult part is there are flashing lights. I have no idea how I could implement that, and maybe this is my downfall, but so be it.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna hop on out of here and relax. Kind of probably call it an early night. My kids got school in the morning, and I gotta take them. But y'all have yourselves a good night, and
All right, buddy.
I'll catch all the next one. And yeah, Desert, I'll definitely get some more practicing. That way, whenever you're live again, or you need more people to kind of help you out, I'll kind of know a little bit more of what I'm doing.
Well, I will probably be streaming same time tomorrow. Same
Okay,
about
yeah,
3
yeah.
hour block.
Yeah, yeah, I've got your notifications on. If I don't pop in right away, it's because I'm doing something with on ATS. But if I'm not doing anything and I'm just hanging around, I'll probably hop in here with y'all and pull your stream up, kind of like how I've had it up since I popped in here to chat with y'all.
Alrighty, buddy.
All right, guys, y'all have a good one.
You as well.
Yep, later.
You too.
I do have one project I want to do in Transport Fever 2. I found a new, or it's kind of an older map, but it's new to me. It's a Chicago line. It's like that area around Lake Michigan type deal. So, hopefully,
I mean, I want to basically bring more variants of like HL signals. I think I showed you this one, and
Yeah.
basically, what is this Minecraft language of signals there? But I mean, if you actually take the time and see what the check are doing, they have slow flashing and fast flashing signals.
All right. We do have to buy your morning little Alarka Bryson Express route. So
The rush hour.
yeah, we do have to set that up. I haven't been able to do it. I haven't had anyone to assist me in that. So
I mean, I can hop in and... I mean, that's the question. What kind of locomotive do you want?
which would you prefer to have for it?
I don't know. I mean, I tried it with the big mogul. It works.
Cause, hold on, let me take a look. If you want to do it with a Pacific, you can go get the big ass heavy coaches, like the 80 passenger ones.
I mean, it's just for rush hour, so you're just picking up what the regular train can't. I mean, let's see. I mean, we can go with an Atlantic. But to be honest, that's kind of wasted potential. I mean, theoretically, an American is all that it needs. Like American for Pullman open platform coach.
Okay.
Okay, but on another note, I didn't notice that in Sylvia Paperboard they added a switch.
They did, right here.
Yeah, from like the I say paperboard yard to the passing.
Exactly.
And back. Sorry about that. Mr. L reminded me, and now I had to go off and reheat some stir fry.
That is a-okay.
Yeah.
Bastard
Okay.
made me hungry.
So, I mean, to bring some variety, how about we get the palace car? No. Yes, the palace car, the 50 passenger one.
That's fine.
Like American 5 palace. Just to basically cover the rush hour traffic.
That is fine by me.
Okay. Then I will take the company credit card.
You do have one palace car in the or you do have one ops car in the roundhouse though, so if you're running two of
Observation
them,
car and palace car are different.
oh man, if you're running an ops car, or if you're gonna run an ops car, you don't need to buy one. There's one sitting there ready to go. He's he sorry, after dying, JJ, Mr. L is
No.
presently making the morning Alarka Bryson overfill train. It's a there and back route. It only runs once and it handles the rush hour.
Once?
Is it
Are
twice?
you sure about that?
Yeah, once there, once back. Ain't it? I gotta go look at the goddamn turntable or timetable now.
No, it's S. Yeah, it's S221, S222, S123, 124. It's 2 round trips. The rush hour train is the with the 2 in the middle.
It's barely made a dent. Alright, I'm getting out of your way here. You got that set on a waypoint?
Yes, for Dillsborough Yard.
That's one hell of a meet.
I feel that the health and safety people might have an objection.
Yeah, they'd have a bit of a objection to that. I'll reset that waypoint.
2 what?
Our trains, they almost kissed. That's okay. I fixed it. Alright, folks. I think this is where, though, I'm going to end tonight's little streamy stream. I'm going to sit here and talk shop here with the guys for a few minutes afterwards, but I will be setting down right about here. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out tonight. Impromptu stream, getting the dust off, getting the rust off type deal. I will see you guys back here tomorrow for a couple of hours. Until then, I've been your host, Desert Fox. Everybody else? Nobody wants to say goodbye? So I will see you guys.
It's your show. Well, you do the thing.
I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.